Before we begin, a quick thank you to Marvel Rivals for sponsoring today's video. Hey, it's Lemon. Welcome to the Backlogs. Do me a favor, would you? Please raise your hand if you've never watched a Marvel movie. There they are, that's the one! Get him, Mac! Oh god! Anywho, since the rest of us have seen a Marvel movie before, I don't need to tell you that Marvel and all of its heroes and villains are some of the most iconic characters of the past few generations. And we all have a favorite. Me personally, I enjoy Spider-Man, specifically the animated series with the crazy metal riff. If you know, you know. And as I grew older and Marvel became more and more entrenched in my life, I had the joy of sharing my love of superheroes with my brother Lime, who to this day demands that I watch every new superhero movie and show that comes out, so we can talk about it at length afterwards. But there's one thing that's always bothered me about Marvel. When you start looking at all the heroes and villains out there, you start to notice something. They're all basically gods in their own right. I mean, look at this. You've got Magneto, the man who can control metal in an era when mankind relies on metals to make literally everything. Or how about Venom, an alien symbiote from outer space who latches onto its hosts and gives them shape-shifting abilities, camouflage, and super strength. Or how about Thor? He's a literal Norse god, no explanation needed. So with this powerful cast of overpowered, usually immortal legends and figurative giants, the one thing that bothered me every time I consumed something Marvel-related was this. Why is Black Widow here? Or Hawkeye? Or the Punisher? This woman over here can warp reality around her and use chaos magic, and you came here with a resume consisting of mixed martial arts and a gun? But with Marvel Rivals now available for crossplay on Steam and several consoles, with several of these completely normal humans included in the roster, I guess it's time to answer the question that young Lemon always asked but never got an answer to. Can you beat the gods of Marvel Rivals with only bullets? Quick side note for those of you who are worried about it, Marvel Rivals included an honesty clause in my contract. So, even though this technically isn't a review video, I'm happy to say that the entire script of this video and all the opinions therein are mine and mine alone. Alright? All good? Cool. In that case, let's go over what it is exactly we're doing here today. First off, what exactly is Marvel Rivals? Well, it's simple really. It's a 6v6 hero shooter. Pick your favorite hero from the current list of 33, all of which you get for free and each with their unique powers and skills, and jump into a team with 5 others to fight against another team of 6. Heroes are divided into 3 classes, Vanguard, Duelist, and Strategist, also known as Tank, DPS, and Healer, respectively, but these classes are pretty fluid, and more of a suggestion than a hard classification. For example, when played well, I've seen a healer character outperform an entire team in terms of kills and assists, so it can be done. As far as game modes go, there's no story mode or anything like that, but there are several different versions of the game to play. You've got convoy missions, where one team has to escort a mobile platform across the map while the other attempts to push it back. Domination matches, where both teams attempt to take a single point on the map and hold it as long as they can, a la capture the flag. Convergence, where one team is tasked with defending several checkpoints across a map and the other team must secure them to push to the next checkpoint. Conquest, aka Team Deathmatch, where players forget all sense of tactical objectives and just aim for kills and assists. And bot matches, where you can play against a team of AI on easy, normal, or hard difficulty in one of the first 3 game modes I mentioned. So, now that we all have a basic understanding of the game, the big question on everyone's mind: how the heck are we going to challenge on a hero shooter? Well, it's simple really. With all these god and god equivalents running around, young Lemon wants to finally answer the question that's plagued his mind for decades. Can you kill a god with bullets? Bullets are basically tightly compressed firebombs after all, or so the comment section would have me believe. Now I'm sure it won't be easy, but I'm mentally prepared for the fact that this may take several videos of preparation and— oh wait, he's dead. Right, new plan. Seeing as my original goal was a bit too low, apparently, we're instead going to find out if a normal human with nothing more than a gun can be better than all the heroes on the field combined. Or, in layman's terms, can a human using nothing more than bullets be the MVP? Now obviously, we can't just get a single MVP token and call it a day. There are always outliers in every study. No, what we're gonna do is try to get it multiple times in multiple different game modes. Done correctly, this should remove all doubt that mankind in this weaponry can, in fact, kill a god. Several even. But before the slap and rack can begin, we need to pick our character of choice. Sifting through the roster, it looks like we've got 2 options. There's Black Widow, whose only powers are the ability to sprint, kick, and use a sniper rifle and stun baton, and the Punisher, who has an assault rifle, shotgun, smoke grenades, zip lines, and a turret. I originally considered adding Hawkeye, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Iron Man to the list, since they're technically just humans with no superpowers as well, but after careful examination, it seems that Hawkeye can double jump, which is suspicious. And he also has Hunter's Sight, which lets him not only see the after images of enemies, but shoot at them to deal damage. Sounds like some supernatural nonsense to me. As for Iron Man, nano pulse cannons, unibeams, and perfect control jetpacks felt a bit too much of a reach for this particular question. None of that technology exists in the real world, and scribbling in "is billionaire" as an explanation felt like a stretch. So he's out too. As for Winter Soldier and Captain America, the dudes were given super serums to enhance their strength to superhuman levels, aka levels that cannot be achieved naturally by humankind. Also, the Winter Soldier's ultimate has him jumping 2 stories into the air and disintegrating targets with metal tendrils. Yeah, no, not human technology. You're out of there. So, who to choose? Frank or Natasha? Chris or Sheva? Just kidding, it's no contest. You know we gotta go with our favorite sentient refrigerator. And it's definitely not because I have terrible aim when it comes to shooting unpredictable player-controlled targets. Nope, couldn't be that, definitely not. So, Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. Let's talk about our loadout. As far as abilities go, there's not a whole lot to explain. We've got our assault rifle, which is good for dishing out damage at longer ranges, our shotgun, which is great for those superhumans that think fists are stronger than a face full of buckshot, a smoke grenade, which can blind enemies, do a little bit of damage, and pushes us backwards to create a bit of breathing room, a turret, which fires 200 rounds of lead rain downrange while keeping our front protected, a grappling hook system, which lets us set up zip lines all over the map for faster traversal, and our ultimate, where Frank pulls out 2 Gatling guns and a shoulder-mounted missile launcher. Good stuff all around. And now that you know how our character works, let's see how he works in action, yeah? I think we'll start off slow and warm up with some easy AI.
I'm not a hero. I'm the Punisher.
Easy there, Frank. Save some quips for the enemy. Okay, looks like we need to stop the convoy. Easy enough. Let's just mow down the Hulk while he's not hulking, feed Venom a face full of lead, and show Magic that she can't outrun bullets with a portal. A strong start. You know what? Let's get some height on the battle. That way there's even less ways for the enemies to hit me in my turret. And so long as the rest of my team does their jobs, we should be able to keep the other team from ever getting out of their base. I almost feel bad for them. Almost. They were able to finally escape in the last 30 seconds of the match, but with my trusty assault rifle in hand and a well-timed ultimate attack that got me a pentakill, that's 1 match down. Hey, MVP, first try. Better make sure that wasn't a fluke though. Whoo, nice try, Squirrel Girl, but I've got access to your one weakness, 200 rounds of 50 cal. Actually, it looks like this is everybody's weakness. Go figure. You know, despite the fact that a man who can literally control my bullets with his mind is out here on the field somewhere, why is the hardest enemy I've fought so far a living tree? Speaking of Magneto, turns out the solution to him stealing all my bullets is to give him even more bullets. Who would have guessed? Well, alright. Looks like it wasn't just beginner's luck. Let's bump it up to normal difficulty and see if our luck holds, shall we? Ooh, wait a minute. Please tell me this works. Please tell me this works. Oh my god, it works. And just like that, I've nullified the one weakness of the turret and broken the game. Why am I like this? Why am I always like this? Oh, hey, pentakill. It's not the perfect solution, since I can't look down at enemies that get too close, but so long as my teammates do their jobs and pop them out from underneath the cart, it works well enough. I'm also fond of the fact that this convoy is a chariot that I can hide behind while waiting for my turret to recharge. Marvel Rivals, single-handedly bringing back chest-high wall shooters. And after Rocket Raccoon gives me a power boost that increases all my damage, that's another easy pentakill, and the end of the match. And there you go, MVP at normal difficulty. What's more with feeling? You know what I love about the capture the flag missions? Frank is perfect for them. Just find a good corner to hunker down in, preferably within view of a bottleneck of some kind, then just do what you do best. And if the enemy team won't come to the turret, we'll just have to bring the turret to them. Good lord, this thing is strong. Let's see, a couple hundred bullets for you, and a couple hundred bullets for you. Ooh, run away. Hey, not even close. But with conquest maps, you do have to win 2 out of 3, so we're not done yet. Which means we've got a little more time left to rack up some kills and get that MVP. Fun fact, if you find yourself low on ammo and your target isn't dead yet, swapping to your other gun can give you a few more bullets to finish the job. Because who needs to reload, am I right? You know, as someone who is usually pretty awful at aiming, I really appreciate how good the shotgun is. More fun facts, every single zipline you set up in the match will stay there. Which means it's only a matter of time before we start seeing TikToks of people making full zipline courses instead of actually playing the game. Can someone do something about this central pillar? Everyone keeps hiding behind it. Yeah, that'll do. Thanks much. Easy game for babies. Alright, final test before we hit the big leagues. Let's fight some hard AI, see if that doesn't put me in my place. Huh, looks like the AI has finally learned how to push as one unit. I guess that's the difference between easy and hard. They still die to bullets though. You wouldn't think that would make much of a difference, but it actually does. We were able to push the enemy back to their gate, but because they pop out as a team instead of just individual targets, they're actually able to push. Not that it mattered, but still. Thankfully, my teammates learned the same idea, and combined with the fact that Rocket Raccoon and I have a wombo combo that gives me faster shooting speed and unlimited ammo, I don't think they ever had a chance. You know, as someone who doesn't normally play shooters of any kind, I'm starting to think the Punisher might be a bit overpowered. One more MVP and I might have to start playing hero shooter. Hey, yo, who the heck? Oh, it's the Punisher. Well, let's see how you handle my ultimate. Hey, who did that? Oh, it's the Punisher. Come on, Lemon, let's pick it up. This is starting to get, god dang it, we were so close. Oh, it's the Punisher. You know, the irony that the only hero who seems to be able to defeat a man with a gun is a man with a gun is not lost on me. It's actually kind of ridiculous. 2 times is a coincidence, but 5 is a pattern. Whew. Okay, I was about to get worried. Getting MVP 6 times in a row would have made me suspicious that Frank needed a rebalance. But the fact that I was outplayed by a healer makes me feel a bit better. And not by an insignificant amount either. Baby Shark over here only had 5 less kills than me, 15 more assists, and did 13,000 points worth of healing at the same time. MVP well deserved. But we did get our 1 MVP on hard. So with that done, I guess it's time to move on to the player versus player matches. Alright Lemon, deep breaths, it's fine, we're gonna be fine. We've got several hours of practice under our belts, how bad can it be? Okay, let's do this. Ooh boy, that's a lot of enemy. Just need to get some health and, what? No, well, I can't see anything, but who needs to see when you've got minigun? Can you stop moving? I just need you to stop moving. Mulligan? Yeah, I'm calling Mulligan on this one. Hey, I killed Spider-Man. Aw man, I made myself sad. There we go. There we go.
He's a sociopath, but the man gets results.
Thanks. Whew. Okay, there you go. MVP against actual players. Yes, I know that it's literally the first few days of the game being out and player rankings are still completely up in the air. Let me have this! But you know what's better than decimating the Marvel gods with nothing more than oversized muscles and a large collection of guns? Decimating the Marvel gods with a team of friends. Avengers! Assemble! That's right. Despite several time zone differences and the difficulty of balancing 5 different work schedules, I was somehow able to bring together 5 friends for a single evening of Marvel madness. Oh, and an intern. But I wouldn't get too attached to them.
Why am I a little ball?
Because I'm gonna throw you. Let's go, my friend.
Oh, my TV had to do a thing.
Go get him!
Alright, I'm coming. Hit him, please.
Is this a grab?
My goodness.
What? I can grab enemies? What the fuck? What?
Holy
Oh no!
You just, oh my god!
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's just go. Get right there.
We got it. Just stay on. Just stay on.
Ooh, or
And that was against easy bots?
Yeah, that was easy bots.
I've not tried to play as Spider-Man yet. Is he cool?
he's chaotic.
Oh. Can he could probably only punch though, right?
Actually, they give him a gun in this game.
Right is right.
I shouldn't be here.
No, he's come back.
I got some purple coins, guys.
Hey.
Well, that's good.
What does that do?
Just type in your credit card.
Ow.
Oh my god.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow. This guy.
Oh, the good news is we all died at the same time.
Hey, I'm
Is that
loving
good
you.
news?
Oh, we gotta defend. Oh crap. Bless.
Right into the mic. My god, I feel like you sneezed in my ear.
I really tried to move and it didn't happen in time. Oh, a little to your left. Other left.
Who's smashing their keyboard over there? Your mom cope.
You guys hear that sound? So if you're on this menu and you hit the change hero button, you hear that sound?
What is it?
It sounds like ba-da-na-na. It's really delightful. I could listen to that all day.
Oh, but I don't know. That is good.
I don't know if my game has that noise.
Well, I paid $100 for this game, so that's probably why I get it.
Wait, what sound are you talking about?
Okay, in the lobby.
I know. I'm pressing change hero.
You're not getting the sound?
No.
Oh, I guess I'm just special.
Wait, you guys have sound?
I mean, I think you're making this up.
I swear
I
to
hear
God.
Too. I hear it too. It's in the recording now.
No. Colin's making it up.
Actually, I'm just making the sound for everybody every time they open the
Every time I've been the Punisher, we've won, so I'm gonna stick with that.
Once an
That's what
Avenger,
okay with everybody.
always an Avenger.
Works for me.
See, the embarrassing thing was I didn't even know you were the Punisher that entire time. I think I'm the only person I actually...
Wait, there's another gun? Oh,
Yeah, there's a shotgun.
there's a shotgun. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You might be able to do like a union move or whatever it's called.
we can form a union. And with one final victory in our pockets, I think that'll just about do it for me today. In case it wasn't obvious, I like Marvel Rivals. I think it's a solid game, and great for those of us who only have 30 to 60 minutes of free time a day to get some gaming in. And if you're looking for a game to play competitively with friends over the weekend, this is definitely high on my suggested games list. Because not only is it fun to play, but it's also free, and even has crossplay, so all of your friends can jump in, regardless of what hardware they're working with. In the interest of being thorough, it's important to note that Marvel Rivals isn't perfect, as a few people have reported that their PCs can't handle it when things get hectic. But considering one of my friends was playing it on a Steam Deck almost 4,000 miles from the server we were using, and he was still able to play with minimal issues, I think that might be user error. Still valid criticism, but hopefully we'll see some optimization as Marvel collects more data on what kind of hardware people are using to play their game. Another thing to note, Marvel might need a bit more restriction with its name system. Don't get me wrong, I'm okay with people making silly names, but there's funny, and then there's just bad taste. Thankfully though, Marvel Rivals does have a report system for problem players, and even goes out of its way to alert you when your reporting resulted in a correction. So that's good, but I just think slightly tighter restrictions might be in order here. The only other problem I had was more of a skill issue than anything, with me and my friends getting absolutely wiped by some teams. We're talking esports level players already dominating the battlefield, despite the game only being active for 2 hours before we got into matchmaking. Getting matched with such wildly different skill levels felt bad, and definitely put a sour note on the night every time it happened.
No comment.
I missed the one game where we did good.
But, to be fair, the game was less than 24 hours old at the time, so rankings were definitely still being established. I'm sure if we picked up the game again in the next few days, we'd find ourselves much more evenly matched. Bronze 3? Now wait just a minute! Other than that, my only other concern was that I was worried about the price tag. Or rather, the lack of one. Free multiplayer games always make me nervous, because that means we're just one bad store purchase away from completely unbalanced team comps and builds. But after picking through the store with a fine-tooth comb, I'm happy to say that at the time of this recording, Marvel Rivals is not pay to win. Don't get me wrong, the store will happily sell you a season pass, emotes, skins, and MVP animations. And it also does that deplorable thing that when you buy their in-game currency, it just so happens to give you a little more than you needed in an attempt to encourage you to buy even more. But as far as I can tell, there's no way to buy in-game power, just aesthetics and collectibles. So for my free-to-play players who are worried about getting pub stomped by whales, Marvel Rivals appears to be a safe harbor. And if you are a free-to-play player, you might not have to use the default settings the entire time you're playing either, as earning in-game achievements will give you a free currency that you can spend on a few things. But there are a few items hidden behind paywalls, so you're probably out of luck if you want some of the fancier skins and titles. Which is a shame, but I get it. Games cost money to make, and so long as Marvel continues to only sell aesthetic changes in their store, I can get behind the current model. After all, if you're playing upwards of 100 hours of a free game, throwing them $15 for a skin of your favorite character, probably justified for the amount of entertainment you've received. So there you go, a challenge run of sorts with a little bit of review thrown in for good measure. Overall, I had a great time. The game is good, and even better with friends. If you have any other questions about the game, I'm sure there are several other YouTube channels that are covering it extensively and in much finer detail. But as for me, that's all I've got. Thanks again to Marvel Rivals for sponsoring today's video and giving me a reason to try a game outside of my normal comfort zone. If you want to play it yourself, there's a link in the description and pinned comment that'll take you to the Steam page. It's free, less than 50 gigabytes, and doesn't require you to make any sort of accounts or anything like that to play. Give it a shot if you're interested. And as always, take care of yourselves, be good to one another, and I'll see you all again soon.